All right, all right, all right. Welcome back, you inglorious bastards and magnificent bitches.
It has begun!
It is I, Doc Camo, and we're back for my thought of the day.
How dare you!
I'm gonna dare on, Greta. I'm gonna dare on. Today we're gonna talk about the dollar because the U.S. dollar is trash. It might as well be monopoly money. It's collapsing and people are dumping it all around the world. And the only thing keeping it afloat is that has to be used to buy oil, and that's rapidly not becoming a fucking thing. Saudi Arabia is thinking about using the Chinese Yuan. Uh, Russia's already made it so some countries have to use the ruble, and they're thinking about accepting Bitcoin. Oh my! It's a mess, guys. But we need to increase domestic production immediately, but we've already talked about that. This is all about taking the dollar. You should. This is not advice because I can't give you legal advice. This is just my opinion. You should seek legal help. Well, legal help, but you should seek professional help. But you should You should see what other things that are valuable that you can invest in that appreciate in value that is outside the U.S. dollar. You should pull your money out of banks and store it in other mediums because this shit's getting bad. But like I said, don't take my word for it. Go get professional help and do it. But let's get into this first article here. This is from the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal. Like I can't believe this is just garbage right now with everything that's going on. And we've reached peak clown world. We're on the verge of world war, and we're we're trying to reduce energy. Maybe after the war. Saudi Arabia considers accepting yuan instead of dollars for Chinese oil sales. Talks between Riyadh and Beijing have accelerated as the Saudi unhappiness grows with Washington. Saudi Arabia is actively. Oh, it won't let me read the whole thing. That's lame. That is absolutely lame. Well, I am not paying for Wall Street Journal just to read this, so we're going to pause this right here. I'm going to find somebody talking about this, and we're going to come right back. And we are back with the Hill. Saving our life. Saudi Arabia reportedly considering accepting yuan instead of dollar for oil sales. Saudi and Chinese officials are in talks to price some of the Gulf nations' oil sales in yuan rather than dollars or euros. The Wall Street Journal reported Tuesday, citing people familiar with the matter. The two nations have intermittently discussed the matter for 6 years, but talks have repeatedly stepped up in 2022, with Riyadh disgruntled over the United States' nuclear negotiations with Iran and its lack of backing for Saudi Arabia's military operations in neighboring Yemen. I mean, we shouldn't be backing military operations with anyone, but it is what it is. Can we not go to war for this continent's been at near constant warfare for 4 centuries, and we have our own problems. There's still natives living in, like, natives. We're all natives now, but by this point. But so there are still First Nations people living in squalor, and we still have some racist issues, even though the left likes to exaggerate them and see racism where it isn't is. But sometimes the right likes to deny it what it happening. Like, you should just respect the police because they're police, but the police have a fucking problem, and you shouldn't just respect the police for the police. Yeah, there are good police officers, but the police have a fucking image problem, and it's up to the police to adjust themselves to fix that. This arguments on both sides have pissed me off, but that's a whole nother story. Nearly 80% of global oil sales are priced in dollars, and since the mid-1970s, the Saudis have exclusively used the dollar for oil trading as part of a security agreement with the U.S. government, according to the journal. The talks are the latest in the ongoing effort by Beijing both to make its currency tradable in international oil markets and strengthen its relationship with Saudi specifically. China previously eared Riyadh in construction of ballistic missiles and consultation of nuclear power. So yeah, my dog's here. She likes to bug me when I'm doing things like this because I think she gets jealous that I'm talking to you guys and I'm not talking to her. Conversely, the Saudis-U.S. relationships have been increasingly frayed in recent years. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman initially put forth a public image as a reformer liberalizing the country's policies on women's rights and criminal justice. However, the 2018 assassination of dissident journalist James Khashoggi has been catastrophic for both the Crown Prince's public relations offense and relations with Washington. The rift intensified after President Biden, who said he was assassination should make the kingdom a pariah, took office. I mean, I don't know. Like, the even our own government's fucked up. All governments are fucked up. They can do some good shit, but doing some good shit usually that's public relations. That's all it is. It's like a front to like get you to accept them and not pay attention to the fucked up shit they're doing. During the same period, China's economic relationship to Saudi Arabia has grown closer, with the kingdom providing 1.76 million barrels of oil the day of the country 2020, according to the journal, citing China's General Administration of Customs. While the country plans to maintain the dollar for the majority of its oil trading, a shift by the Saudis could create a domino effect for China's other major oil supplies, such as Russia, Angola, and Iraq. Uh, if we stop using the dollar, like the value of the dollar is already tanking, right? If they stop selling oil in the dollar, it's like the remaining value in the money is going to be gone. It's going to be monopoly money.
Winning? No.
The oil is what was keeping our money afloat. Like, this is going to kill the economy. It really is. Saudi Arabia previously threatened to sell in other currencies in 2019 if Congress passed a bill that would allow antitrust liability for OPEC members. The bill, which has been introduced numerous times over the years, failed again that year. The report Tuesday also comes as the U.S. has appealed to the Saudis to pump more oil to offset soaring gas prices compounded by Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the U.S. cutting off Russia oil imports in response. Yeah, well, at least they're saying compounded and not caused by, like they like to say. It's like that shit was happening long before all of this was happening. But this is like, gas prices will go through the motherfucking roof. The value of the dollar will fucking cave. It will plummet all the way down to fucking damn near zero. I mean, the dollar will probably always be usable in the United States of America as long as it's an acceptable currency, but it's gonna be fucking like other countries, like you say Japan or whatnot, where you need fucking 150,000 yen to buy a fucking cheeseburger or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the shit's coming. This is just fucking step one, and this is not the only fucking example of this happening, as you'll see in a second, because there's only going to be 3 clips this week in this week's show, because 2 of them about Russia, so I figured we're going to combine them together into one segment. But it is what it is. Like, this shit's coming. You got to prepare for the collapse of the U.S. dollar. I'm just fucking saying. Thank you for checking out this clip of my Thought of the Day podcast. You can catch this podcast every Tuesday through Friday at that'sonpoint.info by 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because that's how winning is done. New clips go out daily, and we can't do this without you, so we appreciate your support. With that being said, consider joining for $5 a month, and you get early access to the uncensored version of this, early access to our weekly That's On Point podcast, and access to exclusive content only for members. All the money that we receive is going to go funnel back into this to hire more journalists and do more things for you guys, because that's how winning is done. It really is. We got a merch store and stuff. You can help there, and if you can't help via money, you can always just leave a comment, and share this out there, because that helps us more than you can immensely know. That's the best way to help. Just leave a comment, and share. And if you're listening to us, leave a review. Leave a good review. Help us boost us in the podcast ratings and get us up there, because that's how winning is done. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.